My name is Don Wyatt, precinct 460. And I'm here to present a resolution regarding what we call the Halt implementation of Obamacare and to return the $54 million grant. I don't think that's what's being displayed on the monitor right now. So if I'm out of line or out of step, is it? Okay. Bear with me, I'm sorry. The whereases, I think, spell out things that most of us already know. We've certainly read in the media recently. But first, whereas Oklahoma has clearly voiced its opposition to Obamacare, and more detail, that's called the Patient Protection and Affordability Care Act, together with the Health Care and Education Reconciliation Act of 2010. Those are the things called Obamacare. By its resounding approval of SQ 756. And whereas most recently elected Republicans campaigned in 2010 against Obamacare, and whereas the state of Oklahoma has filed a lawsuit challenging the constitutionality of Obamacare, as have at least 26 other states, and whereas Oklahoma recently accepted a $54 million federal grant, more detailed, that's the cooperative agreements to support innovative exchange information technology systems, which directly references Obamacare, more detailed, pages 5, 6, 7, 17, 21, 28, and 29 of the grant application, and would implement technology infrastructure for the implementation of health insurance exchanges for Obamacare. And whereas the health insurance exchange is the cornerstone of Obamacare, mentioned 278 times in the act, and whereas the House has passed HB 2130, defining the governance of the hub for health insurance exchanges, and whereas Governor Fallin is supporting the urgent passage of HB 2130, therefore be it resolved that the majority of delegates attending the 2011 Tulsa County Convention that A, we urge the Senate to oppose HB 2130. And B, we urge our elected representatives, actually the writing that you're reading says we urge our elected representatives to return the $54 million federal grant. Parenthetically, I want to offer a friendly amendment to clarify that language just a bit. There was a mix-up in the materials. There was a revised version that didn't get into the distributed materials, and I'll submit that as an amendment in just a second. And C, we urge our elected representatives to exercise our prerogative to nullify Obamacare. And D, we urge our elected representatives to refrain from any and all activities which would enable or implement Obamacare. And what I would like to submit as a friendly amendment is clarification on the B. Remember the point A, B, C, D at the bottom of that? Point B, we now want to say, we urge our elected representatives to cause the Oklahoma Health Care Authority to return the $54 million federal grant. And the point of clarification is that's who would have possession of the funds that would be responsible for returning it.
Understanding point of information, you have two amendments or just one amendment?
One amendment.
Okay. Questions on his amendment? Questions on his amendment? Chair, see, you have a question? Please come to the microphone and identify yourself, please. On the amendment only, please. Please introduce yourself and your precinct.
Bill Shepherd, 135. Question: will the SHEPHERD, like the Lord is your, will this money actually be received? Will this money actually be received? Is this the wording you need to prohibit them from receiving it? Or will we need to prohibit them from receiving it?
It is my understanding that this money is already here, and it is our intent, symbolically and in keeping with our principles, to send it back.
Are there any other questions on the amendment? Is there any debate on the amendment? Please come to the microphone, please. Is this the amendment or the resolution? Okay, we're just talking about the amendment first. We're staying on the amendment now. The chair sees no opposition to the amendment. All those in favor of the amendment signify by aye. Aye. Those opposed by the same. The amendment passes. Now back to the resolution. Are there questions on the resolution? We have one in the back that's coming forward. Go ahead.
Mr. Chairman, there's one,
yourself,
J.B. Alexander, Precinct 754. One question, we have another one that's going to be, I believe, brought from the floor that is on the same topic. Should those be, how would that be handled? Do we vote for one, not bring them both as individual ones, or?
Discussion right now is the resolution on the floor.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir, identify yourself.
Jerry James,
Question?
402. My question is, do I understand correctly that there is a deadline for the setting up of these exchanges, and that if Obamacare bills are not declared unconstitutional or voided, that we will come up against a deadline where we will be required to do what the federal government wants to do? That's my understanding of this, and my question is, do we not need something in that resolution that directs our state legislature to find the money to set up a state exchange?
To answer your question as directly and as simply as I know how, there is within our jurisdiction, and in fact external to this resolution, perfect liberty for the state to set up state-funded exchanges. What we're attempting to do here is to stop the federally funded and therefore federally regulated exchanges. The House Bill 2130 is an integral ingredient to that, and so what we were trying to do is to stop that.
I think I understand that. The question would be, do we not want to direct our state legislators to assure that we have something in place so we don't wind up with a federal program if the legislation isn't voided?
The simplest answer I know to that question is, if we get a federal program imposed on us, it'll be this. That's what this is, and that's what we're trying to stop.
Any other questions to the resolution? Please come forward if you have a question. As quick as possible, because we're going to move to debate if it's necessary. One man coming up. Questions will be ending shortly. If there's any debate, I'd ask you to move to the front. Is this a question, sir? Please identify yourself and your precinct.
Joe Connor. 56.
56. Thank you.
As
Step up to the mic, please.
As with most of the things that we're hearing out of Washington, we really can't tell who's telling the truth. I read in the paper this week that if we do not use that $14 million...
Is there a question, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, speak in the microphone.
Okay, if we do not use that $14 million, they say that the group... What?
That's okay. Let him ask, please.
That the doctors will not be able to be paid, and if that happens, the Republican Party is liable to be slapped in the face by these people that have children.
Okay. This question, you understand it?
As I understand the question, the impact of that $54 million will have zero effect on doctor payments. This $54 million is to set up an IT, a computer information system, and would not be in any way impacting that.
Okay, thank you, because that's contrary, and that's why I was asking.
Any other questions? We move to debate. Is there anyone wanting to debate the resolution? If you do, please come to the microphone. All those opposed on this side, all those in favor on this side. All those opposed to this microphone, all those in favor to this microphone. You're opposed, please identify yourself. You'll have 5 minutes.
Helen Collier and
Precinct
168.
168. Step up a little bit to the microphone.
Yes, I would, now this might be fantasy world, but I would like to, on B, we urge our elected representatives to return the $54 million federal grant. What would be wrong with us keeping the money, putting it in a bank, collecting interest on it, and waiting them out? It's an idea. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It would be an idea because we're broke in Oklahoma. So that would be one way for us to think ahead.
Order, please. Order. Continue your debate, please.
Liberal press, here we come.
Identify yourself, please.
Warren Roberts, Precinct 130. I am a Republican.
Please.
I'm interested.
Halt your debate, please. Go ahead now. Go ahead, Ms. Roberts.
I am a Republican. I'm interested in building the party, not tearing it down. I think we should be very careful about what we pass in this convention because it's going to get scrutiny all up the line.
Any more opposition to the resolution? Okay, now we'll have in favor of the resolution. Identify yourself, please, even though everybody knows who you are.
I'm the Hammer. Precinct 188, Ken Yazel, your assessor. In the last week or so, my office was contacted by the Census Bureau. And it's important for you to know whatever turn you can make about saying something about getting rid of Obamacare needs to be made, because I've already got the Census Bureau, as near as we can tell, the reason they're doing it, they want me to give them the tax valuation on every property in this county in 2009, because in Obamacare, if you don't know it, if you sell an asset, there's a tax on it, and they need a base to operate from so they can get their 3.8% taxation when you sell your business or high-end home. You need to know that they haven't stopped back there. You need to stand up and say, no, I'm going to tell the Census Bureau to go to hell. I'm going to meet with Congressman Sullivan. Please, I know you respect what I say, but listen, every chance we get, we've got to stop this crap and put a stop to it, let the feds know what's going on.
Mr. Chairman, I speak in favor of this resolution. I have a copy of the entire grant application in my hand. Page 5, the authority, section 1311 of the Patient Protection Affordability Act authorizes the funding of this opportunity. It's called out in numerous places. One other place I just want to read you. The Office of Consumer Information and Insurance Oversight, collaboration. This office will have substantial involvement in program awards as outlined below. The collaboration part to facilitate compliance with the terms of the cooperative agreement and to more effectively support recipients will actively coordinate with critical stakeholders such as state designated entities, state government HIT and health exchanges, other relevant federal agencies including the IRS, Department of Homeland Security,